Вы смотрите Интернет-ТВ, видеоархив телеканала CNL.
Дорогой друг, к вам эта программа попала через наш интернет-видеоархив. Большое спасибо, что присоединились к нам и закачали эту программу. Я хочу сказать вам лично спасибо. Спасибо за ваше участие, за вашу поддержку, за вашу любовь, за ваши молитвы, за ваше партнерство, финансовое партнерство с телеканалом CNL. Вместе мы можем многое сделать, распространяя Евангелие по всему лицу земли. Эта программа сейчас будет доступна буквально через несколько секунд. Оставайтесь с нами и помните, есть кто-то, кто молится о вас, помнит, и есть кто-то, кто делает программы для вас, для эфира. Будьте благословенны.
Open your eyes to the world around. Join your friends to be found. Let's talk in English. Learning together can be fun. The journey's begun. The journey's begun. Let's talk in English. Learning together can be fun.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk in English on PTS and the radio. My name's Andrea.
And my name is Gabe. It has been a nice, lovely week.
That's true. It's been a week to fall in love. Well, friends, let's take a look at today's key words together and say them with us. Our first one is fall in love with someone, something. Fall in love with someone or something. Naomi fell in love with Paris. She wants to live there.
Marriage. Marriage. Anna and Herman are celebrating 50 years of marriage.
Remember. Remember. Did you remember to do your homework? I hope so.
Kid. Kid. Don't be sad. I was only kidding.
Husband. Husband. Daniel is Andrea's husband.
Okay, everybody. Well, let's look at these words again. Fall in love with someone or something. Fall in love with someone or something.
Marriage. Marriage.
Remember. Remember.
Kid. Kid.
Husband. Husband.
Well done, everyone. Now let's go see our friend Eddie.
I'm in love.
Eddie?
Eddie!
I'm in love.
What?
Wow!
Really? You are?
Did you fall in love?
Yes, I fell in love with grapes.
Well, you can have a grape later. First, we want to know what today's mission is.
Today's mission. What is one of Renee's favorite dishes?
What is one of Renee's favorite dishes?
Well, friends, we'll find out today. Let's begin with our conversations.
This is delicious. Macaroni and cheese is one of my favorite dishes.
I know. I'm glad because it's easy to make.
I can't believe you cooked this dinner. And Max even let you use his kitchen.
Well, he knows we celebrated our first Valentine's Day here. The diner is a special place for us.
Oh, Simon, I fall in love with you more every day.
That's what marriage is about.
I agree.
Well, this is very sweet. We see Simon and Renee at the diner celebrating Valentine's Day.
That's right, they're celebrating Valentine's Day. They will be sharing memories together. Renee says, "This is delicious." What are they eating?
Well, they are eating something very special. It's the answer to today's mission. The question is, what is one of Renee's favorite dishes?
What is one of Renee's favorite dishes? Macaroni and cheese is one of Renee's favorite dishes. And that's kind of like noodles with cheese.
Yes, it's easy to make, but it is good. And Simon made it for his wife. Renee says, "Oh, Simon, I fall in love with you more every day."
How romantic.
It is so romantic. Well, friends, let's learn that key word. It is fall in love with someone or something. Now that's a long one, so let's say it again. Fall in love with someone or something. Now when you fall in love, you have feelings of love for someone or something. It's a feeling that you don't have right away, but you start to get it.
That's right, and let's use this right now. Tom and Mary were friends for a long time, and then they started to fall in love with each other.
Well, maybe they got married, then they can also fall in love with marriage. Our keyword is marriage. Marriage. When two people get married, they are husband and wife. And this relationship is called marriage.
And love is what marriage is all about.
And we're going to learn more about what our conversation is all about from Thomas.
大家好，我是 Thomas。这边提到 macaroni and cheese is one of my favorite dishes. Macaroni and cheese， 不是 A and B 吗？后面呢，怎么主词是两个，是复数？怎么后面动词是用 is 呢？因为它被视同是一道菜肴，是一个整体的看法，所以呢 ，macaroni and cheese 这个起司通心粉呢，起司通心面呢 is 一道菜 ，one of my favorite dishes 是我最爱的一道菜。有没有其他的例子？有的，比如说 bread and butter is one of my favorite dishes。所以呢，奶油吐司是我最爱的一道菜 ，bread and butter 也是被视同为一，是一个整体的意思。这里我们来学 love 的用法 ，I love that girl 是我爱那个女孩子。I'm in love 表达的是一个状态，我恋爱了，我爱上了某个人，跟谁呢？加一个 with，I'm in love with that girl。那么 to fall in love with someone 感觉比较动词的感觉，动态的感觉哈。这边提到是说 Simon, I fall in love with you more every day。我每天跟你都多爱一点，多爱一点。所以 that's what marriage is about。marriage 是指婚姻，你也可以说哦，婚姻本来就是这样。That's what love is about， 也可以加一个 all。That's what marriage is all about. That's what love is all about. 本来爱情就应该每天更爱一点，这种情愫哈。来看下一段的对话。
Do you remember our first Valentine's Day together?
Of course.
Do you remember the poem I wrote you?
You wrote me a poem?
You don't remember?
I'm just kidding. Of course I remember. We were here at the diner and you read the poem on the stage.
I was nervous.
And cute. I'll never forget that night.
Well, Andrea, I have a question for you. Who was cute in this conversation?
Well, let me see if I remember. Yes, I remember. It was Simon.
That's right. Simon was cute, and Renee will never forget that night. She will remember it forever. Now let's look at this key word, remember. Say it with me. Remember. If you remember something, that means that you think of something that happened before. You think of something that happened in the past. You remember it.
And Renee is remembering her first Valentine's Day with Simon. That happened in the past, but she's thinking about it again.
And you know what? I remember something. I remember my first day of school. I was so nervous and scared to walk into the classroom, but I remember it very clearly.
Friends, your teacher might also ask you, what do you remember from today's lesson? When we're finished our show, see what you can remember.
That's a good idea. And so Simon says, do you remember the poem I wrote? What does Renee say?
Well, she says, you wrote me a poem?
Well, of course, Renee remembers the poem. She is just kidding. Let's look at this word, kid. Kid. If you are just kidding about something, that means you are not serious about it. You are joking. You can say, I am kidding.
Well, Gabe, actually, Thomas is not going to be able to teach about Conversation B today, so we're going to have to keep teaching.
Are you serious?
No, I'm just kidding.
Andrea.
I'm sorry.
这里我们来学 remember。remember 是记得的动词，那么另外有2个字跟它是相近的，一个是 remind，R-E-M-I-N-D，remind 是提醒，另外有一个名词是 memory，memory 是记忆 ，M-E-M-O-R-Y， 所以这边说 Do you remember our first Valentine's Day together？ 你记不记得我们第一次的情人节 ？Do you remember that？ 你记得吗？当然你可以回答说 Yes。Of course I do. 我当然记得。You don't have to remind me. 不用你来提醒我。为什么呢？ Because I have a good memory. I have a good memory 表示说我记性很好，这样子一个用法。后面来学 poem。poem 是诗，写了一首诗。You wrote a poem to me， 或者是 You wrote me a poem， 你写了一首诗给我，诗是可以数的哈 ，two poems。但是如果是诗人呢？诗人是 poet，P-O-E-T。You are a poet， 你真是一个诗人呐、它的形容词是 poetic，P-O-E-T-I-C。Oh, you are so poetic， 你真是好有诗性哈。每次呢做什么事说什么话，就一种诗的感觉。You are so poetic。那这边最后说 I'm kidding， 我只是开玩笑。当然不是开玩笑，你可以说 I am not kidding， 我不是开玩笑，表示说我是认真的。我们来看下一段。
You walked up to the microphone. I kept looking at you and smiling. I'll always remember the words to your poem.
Dear Renee, you are my best friend and the love of my life. Will you be my wife?
I was so surprised. I ran to you and gave you a big hug. I said yes. I was so happy that you would be my husband. I'll never forget our first Valentine's Day together.
Well, in our Read It paragraph, Renee remembers her first Valentine's Day with Simon, and this is just really sweet. Gabe, I think I'm going to cry.
Andrea, don't cry. We're teaching right now. Keep smiling.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I am still smiling, but it is really sweet. We see that on Valentine's Day, Simon proposed. He asked Renee to marry him.
That's right. He said, Renee, you are my best friend and the love of my life. Will you marry me?
And Renee said yes. That is when she decided that Simon would be her husband. Our key word is husband. Husband. Now, when two people are in a marriage, there is a wife and a husband. The husband is the man.
That's right. So the man in a marriage is the husband. Of course, Simon had a poem and it rhymed. He said, you are my best friend and the love of my life. Will you be my wife? So again, a wife is the woman in a marriage and the husband is the man.
Well, we have more to learn about this, so let's go see Thomas.
这里我们来学 walk up to， 朝着什么东西走上前去这样子一个用法。You walked up to the microphone， 你就朝着那个麦克风走过去，走上前去。那如果是朝着我走过来呢，你这个是 You walked up to me， 你走到我的跟前来。那也可以用 towards 这个介系词哦 ，T-O-W-A-R-D-S。You walked towards me， 你朝着我走过来。你也可以说 While we had to walk up to the bus。We had to walk up to the bus。 当时没有交通工具，我们知道一群人怎么样朝着那个巴士走上前去，这样子一个意思。接下来这边说 I'll always remember the words to your poem。 你的诗里面所用的字呢，我一直都记得。你也可以说 I'll always remember the words in your poem, from your poem， 都是同样的意思哈。后面提到 the love of my life， 一生的挚爱最爱。你也可以说 You are the sunshine of my life， 你是我生命中的阳光，或者甚至是 You are the apple of my eye， 你是我眼中的苹果，意思就是说你是我最喜爱的人，这样的意思哈。后面呢提到的 husband 是丈夫，那太太当然就是 wife。 我们来看今天的 Inspector E。
Inspector
E。Hello everyone, Mr. E here. This week, Simon and Renee had a romantic dinner at the diner. During the dinner, Renee talked about one of her favorite dishes. Do you still remember what it was? Let's take a look.
Macaroni and cheese is one of my favorite dishes. Macaroni and cheese is one of my favorite dishes.
Interesting. Macaroni and cheese are two different foods. So why did Renee say macaroni and cheese is one of her favorite dishes? Shouldn't she say are? Usually a plural subject, 复数主词, takes a plural verb, 复数动词. Well, the reason Renee said is and not are is because macaroni and cheese is the name of a popular American dish. These two foods are often thought of together. So Renee is talking about the name of one dish and not two foods. Here are some other examples. Peanut butter and jelly. Chicken and broccoli. Bacon and eggs. So, what's your favorite dish? My favorite dish is spaghetti and meatballs. Now practice what you've learned. Remember, use it or lose it. This is Mr. E signing off.
Conversation Replay.
This is delicious. Macaroni and cheese is one of my favorite dishes.
I know. I'm glad because it's easy to make.
I can't believe you cooked this dinner. And Max even let you use his kitchen.
Well, he knows we celebrated our first Valentine's Day here. The diner is a special place for us.
Oh, Simon, I fall in love with you more every day.
That's what marriage is about.
I agree.
Do you remember our first Valentine's Day together?
Of course.
Do you remember the poem I wrote you?
You wrote me a poem?
You don't remember?
I'm just kidding. Of course I remember. We were here at the diner and you read the poem on the stage.
I was nervous.
And cute. I'll never forget that night.
You walked up to the microphone. I kept looking at you and smiling. I'll always remember the words to your poem.
Dear Renee, you are my best friend and the love of my life. will you be my wife?
I was so surprised. I ran to you and gave you a big hug. I said yes. I was so happy that you would be my husband. I'll never forget our first Valentine's Day together.
Calendar phrase.
Hello, everyone. Let's look at today's calendar phrase. Today is Valentine's Day, and you can use our calendar phrase, Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Now, you can say this to your family or to your friends, right?
That's right. Andrea, you're my friend. I have something for you because I appreciate you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, Gabe, thank you. You gave me some cabbage.
That's right.
for
I know you like
Valentine's Day.
vegetables.
I do. That is very special. Thank you. Okay, everyone, let's learn more about our calendar phrase skit.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
情人节快乐
Hi, Jan. Happy Valentine's Day.
Hey, John. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thanks.
Here, have a piece of chocolate.
Yummy. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry. I don't have anything to give you.
That's okay. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thanks. See you in class.
Bye.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
情人节快乐
Well, everyone, welcome back. Let's find out what our question of the day is for Valentine's Day. Eddie, it's your turn.
Oh, yes. Question of the day. How will you celebrate Valentine's Day?
How will you celebrate Valentine's Day?
I will celebrate Valentine's Day by doing something special with my sweetheart. We'll go to a special restaurant.
Well, that sounds romantic. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today here on Let's Talk in English.
On PTS and on the radio.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
That's right.
We hope you celebrate in a fun way. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Иисус сказал: «И проповедано будет сие Евангелие Царствия по всей вселенной, во свидетельство всем народам». С тех пор люди проповедуют Евангелие различными способами. Кто-то проповедует с кафедры, а кто-то кормит нищих. Кто-то пишет книги, а кто-то раздает буклеты на улице. Кто-то отправляется миссионером в дальние страны, а кто-то приводит к Богу своих соседей. Кто-то проповедует с экрана телевизора, а кто-то платит за эфирное время. Это наши партнеры.
Являясь партнером CNL, я тоже принимаю участие во всемирной проповеди Евангелия.
Дорогие партнеры, поддержите телеканал CNL и видеоархив. Поддержите то, что вам нравится.